We all have characters from our favorite shows, movies, or games that we just absolutely love, and we think that those particular characters deserve the world. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, and giving all of my favorite characters just godly powers. Why? Because I can. This is my channel. I post what I want when I want, and because I'm unpopular already, I wouldn't be losing anything. So let's just jump right into it. The first one on our list is Basil from the Chicken Nugget Shorts series. While I wouldn't consider myself a big Chicken Nugget super fan, from what I have seen, this guy is great. He's just very chaotic, and yeah. Basil is already extremely powerful with his complete control over time, but is basically an unstoppable force with the powers of a god. His goal was to use Chicken Nugget's powers to warp reality and cause chaos, but now he can do that all on his own and end up becoming the next Bill Cipher. Unlike every other person on this list, though, he is the only character that can be defeated even with these godly powers. Chicken Nugget also has the powers of a god, and while Basil most certainly has the advantage, Chicken Nugget could be trained by French Fry and Ice Cream and all his other friends, so it is certainly possible that even with the godlike powers I have bestowed upon Basil, he still dies. By the way, we are going from my least favorite to my favorite characters of all time. So the next one is a character I added while writing this script, Cordy from Cliffside. Not much is known about this character considering there's only one episode, but one thing she'd certainly do is try to get 2-Bit Jerry to fall in love with her. Next up is another character created by Liam Victors, Sin from Murder Drones. While Sin's true intentions are still quite vague, one thing we can be certain of is that she will take down the rest of humanity with ease, and possibly the worker drones. And next up is Jeremy from the Five Nights at Freddy's Children of Freddy's AU, made by Sintan Studios. The first thing he would probably do is heal Fritz to how he was before the bite of 87, and if I recall correctly, Jeremy had a little crush on Jennifer, the manager of Freddy's. He might have gone over this by now, and I could just not remember, but if that is still true, Jeremy would give himself traits that he thinks that all women universally find attractive by what he's seen in movies. Unsurprisingly, Jennifer denies his attempts to get together, considering the mild age gap and her kinda sorta being with Mike. Jeremy would try this over and over for a while, but would eventually be talked out of it and move on with his life. One last thing I could see him doing is putting the town he lives in into a pocket dimension that he has full control over. Now he and the other kids can stay kids for all eternity, having fun at Freddy Fazbear's with zero responsibilities or concerns. And if the Static Man tries anything, he would probably get Thanos snapped. I can see Jeremy being talked out of this too, however. So in the end, all he would probably end up doing that was significant would be restoring Fritz to his former glory as a troublemaker. Next is another character made by Sintan Studios, Perth from 2160. One thing she would definitely do is restrict the Parthian alliance to the planets they have colonized. She probably would have straight up killed them if it weren't for Perth's species being particularly peaceful, and would probably leave them there until they've learned to treat all species equally. She could also use her godly powers to impress Harry when they go out on dates, making him blush and all of that. She could also probably tell Oriole if Ceres, her god, is real. I don't know if she is real or not, but so it's anyone's guess. Uh, Perth would also be able to help her friends with any problems that they may have, like Tina's suspicion of the Neptune project, or a short supply of of food on some exoplanet. But other than that, she would probably continue on with her life as if it were normal. The next person on my list is the Collector from the Owl House, who I will not be giving godly powers because they're basically already a god. A character that is tied with the Collector is Marcy from Amphibia. She would probably find a way to open a portal back to Amphibia so she and Sasha could reunite with their friends on the other side. Marcy would then split the godly powers between her and Sasha. She would discover the secrets of Amphibia, ancient Earth civilizations, and even explore the rest of the multiverse. Lastly, she would create a pocket dimension where she and her friends could play real-life Dungeons and Dragons, or if we're going with the theory that she exists in the Gravity Falls universe, Dungeons, Dungeons, and more Dungeons. The second to last one is Entrapta from She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. This probably wasn't a surprise, as practically everyone who likes this show likes Entrapta. She would probably only study how she got these powers, and then use them to obtain all the secrets of the First One's tech and all the cosmic truths that she desires. But then again, she could probably just end up destroying the powers, as having the ability to instantly access all the knowledge she wants would be kind of boring, and she's smart enough to know that it isn't about obtaining the knowledge itself, but the trial and error that it takes to obtain that knowledge. In her own words, imperfection is beautiful, and being perfect with these god powers is basically everything she stands against. Last, my favorite character of any show ever. Hold on, I need to get drumroll sound effects. June Chen from The Ghost and Molly McGee. This probably came to a surprise to everyone, except for the 9 people who have read my book fan fiction on Quotev. June, first of all, would probably do something that would make it impossible for ghosts to go invisible, phase through walls, and anything that would make them easier to prove the world that they exist, and would probably make them easier to destroy. She wouldn't outright destroy them all immediately. After all, her entire family relies on the fact that they hunt ghosts, so if she destroys all of the ghosts, that's bad. Then she would enhance her knowledge about technology, creating the most technologically advanced ghost hunting equipment possible. However, at this point, Molly and all of her friends would probably have figured out what was going on. From there, they would probably try to convince June that ghosts aren't evil, and through it would probably take them a lot of work to convince her. But she eventually comes to her senses and turns all of the ghosts back to normal. From this point, is highly speculative, but I'm about to give you one of my personal predictions for the Ghost and Molly McGee. All of the Chens will be redeemed. That includes Ollie, June. I forgot the name of their mother. Hold on, what was it? Esther. All of them will be redeemed except for Reuben. You might do with this knowledge whatever you want, but let me explain. First of all, in the Halloween episode of season 2, at the end, Reuben is mad because ghosts were just completely destroying the carnival place, and everyone's acting like it was all fake, some sort of Halloween decoration or smoke and mirrors and all of that. And he's like, "What? Why aren't you believing this? Those were real ghosts!" And everyone's just treating him like he's gone crazy. But I feel like the way that he was shown in that moment is very important, because, like, he was shown to be, like, not the best person, when, for, like, the rest of the season, he was shown to be this great guy who makes root beer of himself. Like, his picture is on the root beer. But in that moment, he's shown to not be this perfect person who just doesn't like ghosts. And because of that, he is definitely going to like, be more of a threat than the rest of the Chens. Not to mention that he is the one that got scared by a ghost in the first place, which made him want to start this ghost hunting family in the first place. He has the backstory of when he got scared by a ghost as a child. Meanwhile, none of the other Chens have this. So, because of that, he definitely has the most motivation to just stay a ghost hater. But, I feel like I should end this video now. You've probably gone on with seeing this image for long enough. So I'm just gonna end it here, very awkwardly, because I'm just awkward for some reason.